Hey, hey, I know it's been almost 3 weeks since I filmed anything, and this is actually going to be a pretty fun video. I think you'll like this. I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing these regularly throughout the season because last night was my very first shift, for the first time as a scare actor at a haunted house. And boy, I had some fun and some pretty memorable scares, to be honest. So, let me set the scene for you for where I was. So, it's like this spot, like where you walk in, there's this ramp that you walk up, and then there's a flat area, and then at the end of that area, you turn right, and then sharp left, and that puts you into the haunt. So, I was in that outer area before you go through the first two curtains. So, I was basically the greeter. So, So, my job was basically to control the pacing of the haunt, which is probably one of the most important. So, what I would do to control the flow, they they let the first group in. They go through. Now, now that they're through, I'm listening for my cue, which is a sharp crackling sound from one of the rooms within the haunt. So I hear that, and since I was a crow character, yes, I had the whole mask, the dress, the leather gloves, I had a balaclava, so I was literally all in black, all black painted here around my eyes. So as the crow, I would simply call out, ah! And that that would be the cue for next group to come through. And so that worked really well, actually, because it was probably a few minutes between each group, because I would only sound the crow call once I heard my cue. So I want to say there was probably like 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes stagger time between groups. So we kept things moving at a pretty even pace. But I didn't write this one down on my list of scares, but I probably should, because this one, though not extreme in any way, I did get a good jump response, because after these two had come in, I I did my little routine, creepy crow, leaning forward, kind of just staring at them all creepily, like moving my eyes like this. And then I lean back, and with my leather glove, I beckon them to follow me. So I lead them back to where I take them into the haunt. So we go through the first curtain, and then they are about to go through the second curtain. So I step aside, and I literally pull open the second curtain, and so I let them go through. But then, as they were going through this, this is where it gets pretty funny, actually, because I didn't even expect this to get the response it did. But so as they were going through, I leaned in and to let the actor inside know. Okay, let me explain. So me and the other actor had this figured out, that if there were kids in the group, I would cue him by saying, "Friends are coming." If it was all adults and teenagers, it was fresh meat. So since these two were adults going through, so then you had the crow, and after they went through, I would croak, "Ah, fresh meat!" And oh my goodness, that woman, I swear she jumped a mile high. I didn't even expect that, but I was just like, okay, wow, that actually works. So I did keep up with that for quite a while. Throughout the night, actually, I didn't always do the caw before, because Because I didn't want to blow up my vocal cords, but I would always use the line, either friends are coming if there was children in the group, or fresh meat if it was all adults and teenagers. So that was a pretty good way to kick off the evening. And then the next one, oh, let's see. I think I will call this one the conga train of chaos. Alright, so setting the scene again. I was in my little area in the crow costume, red lighting overhead, really, really spooky. I give the loud crow call, that means send in the next group. They literally send in the next group. 6 teenage girls come in. They're coming up the ramp towards me, towards where I'm standing, to let them in as I am beckoning them in a creepy crow way. So I'm gonna guess the first girl had issues with crows, because literally she just like put on the brakes completely, and oh my goodness, okay. Best way I can describe what happened. You know those little Newton cradle things? They have all the balls in a row, and then you take one of the balls on one side, pick it up and drop it, and it makes the ball on the other side. You know, kind of what I'm talking about. Well, picture that with 6 teenage girls. Oh my. It was a crazy first night. And that wasn't even the craziest. And to make it better, every single person in that group was a screamer. Freaking love the screamers. They're just so much fun to mess with. So that was fun. The screamers were seriously fun to mess with. Like as I was leading them in, I would literally keep looking over my shoulder, kind of shift my eyes, hold my head down like a creepy kind of crow way, and oh my goodness, they just, I don't know, I really don't understand that. So that's kind of gonna lead us into the next encounter that I had a little bit later in the evening. Let's call this one the unprotective husband. Alright, so now I've reset my scare, and this was later in the night, but nonetheless, so I'm back in my little spot, kind of at the top of the ramp. The group before them finishes going through. I hear my signal. I give the call. Next group comes in, and it actually wasn't a group. It was a husband and wife in the haunted house together. And literally, husband. Now, mind you, this is a big burly guy. We're talking probably, I don't know, 6 foot something, 200 or 300 something pounds, big hulk of a man, like one of those bodybuilder types that probably goes to the gym every day. And oh my goodness, that actually made this even funnier, because he took one look at me, taking in my whole crow costume, the mask, the dress, the everything. He wasn't having it. He wasn't having any part of that. So what does he do? He literally abandons his wife and the wall behind me. He literally runs right smack into that wall. Almost lays himself out on the ground. I mean, 60-something-year-old, 6 foot something man, probably weighing between 200 and 300 something pounds, big and muscular. led to running into a wall by the sight of a crow. Oh boy. You know, so sometimes I just really, really wonder with people, like, what are you thinking coming into a haunted house? I don't know. And then there was this one that I can really remember that I actually felt really, really bad for. This father brings in his little son. Can't be more than, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old maybe. I mean, like, you're bringing a kid into an intense adult haunted house. I mean, are you really that daft? I mean, you actually have to sign a waiver to go through the haunted house where I work, because it's not just like a little chintzy carnival haunted house. No, this is a hardcore, like, gory, scary adult haunted house. Like, what are you thinking bringing your delicate son through here? But regardless, this poor kid comes in. I see the kid, so I tone it way the hell down. So like I become a friendly crow, and I'm like, come along, my little friend. I have someone who would like to meet you. And even being friendly, that was it for the kid. Now, I don't know if it was like the crow costume that got him or what, but this kid literally drops, like, into the fetal position on the floor. Like, oh my god, like we legit last night had only two kids that were able to make it through. All the others ended up, like, chickening out, like, either in the first few rooms or, like, as soon as they got in. We only had two make it through. This kid, he just couldn't. He dropped to the floor. That was it. And since there was that first curtain I'd take them through, I slowly backed through that curtain to hide, to make sure that he could get his son out all right. After a few minutes, I peek out, and they're gone. So I come back out into my little area here now that the kid's gone, and boy, I really feel bad for the little kid. I really do. He wasn't asking to be there. I mean, his dad just decided to take him through, more than likely, because that kid was just too young. And I mean, goodness, like, dude, you're not getting the Father of the Year award. What the actual hell were you thinking? It's advertised how intense this haunted house is. And like I said, you have to sign a waiver to be able to go through. So, case in point, scary haunted house, not really meant for little kids. I just don't understand. I really don't. Alright, so this next story, oh boy, this one's a doozy. Alright, so this is another guy, not as big as the last dude, but still, guy, pretty decent size. Again, another 6 foot something guy. Literally comes in, and yeah, his wife was with him. No kids this time, so no need to feel bad about letting them have it. So I literally just do my thing. I walk up, I do my setup, welcome them in, welcome to my home, and lead them back, back in, like, come with me. And I bring them back. And, well, before I could even lead them back, I literally had to stifle a laugh. Because literally, as soon as the husband saw me, as soon as he saw me, all crowed out, he literally had the wherewithal to be like, why does it have to be a fucking crow? Why? And literally, this guy was like looking at me while saying that, shaking like a freaking chihuahua, like, oh shit, I am not feeling this right now. Oh boy, goodness, dude. Like, if you've got issues with creepy things like crows, like, maybe a haunted house isn't the thing for you. I mean, there are plenty of other things around. I mean, there are plenty of, like, witch museums, and, you know, there's a haunted house in the pedestrian mall that they just have animatronics in there, my dude. Like, that might be more your speed if you're not really into the whole live actors thing. Just saying. But well, boy, for only a first night, I had some pretty interesting encounters. So yeah, I think I'll be doing these for every time that I'm there at the haunt, because it is just phenomenal. So if you want to know what haunt it is, I highly recommend it. It's called Haunt Blackcraft in Salem, Massachusetts. I mean, now, obviously, don't come if you're like the buck kind of person, but if you think you can handle some intense scares, well, feel free to come on by and check it out. I mean, probably not always going to be the crow. I mean, they might put me somewhere else. So, yeah, that doesn't matter, because, I mean, regardless, I will see you, but you will not see me. So feel free to, if you think you are brave enough, come through Haunt Blackcraft. I put this out as a personal challenge to anyone who thinks that they can handle it. It's scary, it's gory, and it's intense. And I hope to see some of you there. So this has been Every Day is Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!